The year is 2013. Rumors are going around about what the next Smash Bros. Game is going to be like. And then people began speculating that it's possible that there could be a Wii U and 3DS version of the next Smash game. Plenty of people are making their own fan rosters and characters who could potentially make this mystery game. I won't lie, I was one of them. In Super Smash Bros. Brawl, there was third-party characters for the first time in any Smash Bros. Game being Snake and Sonic. People began to wonder the possibility of there being a third-party character added in the future Super Smash Bros. Game. And they'd have to wait until Smash Ultimate. I'm sure they would get what they want in that game. E3 2013 would come around and oh my god, Mega Man is in this game? Mega Man was the first Capcom character to be in Smash. Now the reason why I'm including this in the video is the level of hype for Mega Man was insane. Also the fact Mega Man throws 2 metal blades in the trailer is also cheating. In an earlier state, Smash 4's engine might have resembled Brawl more than Smash 4 would later become, as there's definitely some weird jank in this very first build of the game, as you would probably expect. The HUD was different in the earlier gameplay footage, and the people who are fans of Mega Man competitively, his down smash did almost 50% to Mario. Yes, you're not double taking. It is incredibly weird, and this move was actually a multi-hit move as well. Some of you might be asking, does it remind you of another down smash from another character? I know. The goal of this video is to show the evolution of Mega Man and how he ranked throughout Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate, and you will see how he changed competitively and visually. Also, if you guys want to stream my newest album, Zack Honest Sapphire, it's out now. Thank you if you do stream it. Seriously, it means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Now, Mega Man in Smash, he is what most people would call a zoner. He has a multitude of projectiles to his disposal, and many of Mega Man's moves are pulled directly from his own games. Mega Man is supposed to space and keep characters within the mid-range, whether it's with his own neutral attack, which is actually not a jab, it's the Mega Buster, where just like in the game, you can move and shoot, it's his forward tilt as well. His other properties being his neutral B, that's the metal blade from the trailer. This move looks like a very basic projectile on paper, but it's actually got a deep learning curve to this move that I will come back to a little bit later. Also a bit ironic this move is here because it's easily one of Mega Man's best power-ups in Mega Man 2, and here it is in Smash. It's an 8-directional projectile with a high amount of hit stun, and it's actually kind of deep. Side special is Crash Bomber. It's from Crash Man from Mega Man 2. It's a mind gaming tool that can bait shields to come out because this move will detonate if the opponent doesn't dodge the explosion or hold shield. The explosion will appear after 2 seconds and Mega Man can use it as a combo tool or to set up into kill confirm. This move is actually really interesting in doubles as it has a sticky latch effect where if you stick it on opponents who are nearby, you can use it to force them to mess up. However, Mega Man himself has to watch out as it can latch onto him as well. Down special is Leaf Shield from Woodman's power-up from Mega Man 2, which is another projectile that shields Mega Man from incoming attacks or projectiles. He can still shield and grab or even pummel while the Leaf Shield is out, so there's actually a little bit of depth to this move. I won't lie, when I first played Mega Man, I thought this move was complete garbage, and obviously I was wrong. Leaf Shield, because it's being a shield, it can be used for edge guarding. It doesn't look like you can do much out of the move on paper, but because it stays active for so long, you can essentially edge trap people with it. The move has a lot of utility despite looking like a kind of basic move on paper, so it's really cool to see. Mega Man's up special is Rush Coil from various Mega Man games. This move is actually very good. Not only does it go high, but it complements him well because he can actually act out of this move because it doesn't immediately put Mega Man in free fall. And that means you can do aerials out of this move or even wall jumps, so he actually has a very good recovery on top of all these things. In this game, his aerials are actually rather decent, and I would say they're some of Mega Man's strongest tools in the game. Down air is Mega Man's premier edge guarding tool, and it does have plenty of startup, but if you manage to hard read with this move, pun there, a little bit of a pun there, it's actually really dangerous off stage, pulling from Hardman's power-up. Up air is a rather interesting move as it can be really easy to escape out of, but however, the higher the percentage the opponent is at, the harder it is to escape out of this move, so you can star KO opponents with this. The move is also from Airman's power-up from Mega Man 2. Funnily enough, if you decide to reflect this move, it can do this. Yeah. Forward air has a lot of disjoint and it's a good combo tool. This is pulling from Swordman. Back air is good for edge guarding, and this move pulls from Slashman. Mega Man's up tilt is a callback to Ryu's Shoryuken. In Smash, the move is really strong. It has a decent amount of end lag though, but it can be good for punishing. It reliably can KO under 90%, so this move is not something to mess around with. If you sweet spot it, its power is damn near close to a smash attack, so it's definitely a good tool. Just don't mess with it, because it has end lag. Down tilt is Mega Man's classic slide attack. It was introduced in Mega Man 3. This move can punish characters trying to roll away from Mega Man. It's a move I would use sparingly, as it can be active at frame 47, so it's a bit risky when used recklessly. Mega Man's grab animation is pulling from Gutsman from Mega Man 1. His jab is one of the fastest jabs in the game. His back throw can be used as a combo tool at low percents, and then a KO tool at higher percentages. Down throw is his premier combo tool, and up throw can also be used for KOing at higher percentages as well, while forward throw can be used at lower percentages for maybe some mix-ups. So Mega Man's throws are actually quite good. His smash attacks fit with his projectile-defined moveset, like his forward smash more specifically. It's actually the longest reaching forward smash in the game when fully charged. So this one really becomes more useful and rewarding the longer it's held down. The big drawback of this move though is it can be reflected unlike a lot of forward smashes, so this is why I say it's basically a projectile as well. It can be used against Mega Man too. This is also one of the big flaws of Mega Man in his moveset, but we will return to that flaw later. Mega Man's up smash is based off Sparkman's power-up from Mega Man 3. It's not his necessarily strongest smash attack, but it's a reliable tool. Down smash is straight from Flame Man from Mega Man 6. It's actually the 4th strongest down smash in the game. Its startup is actually quicker than you would think, and it can KO as early as 60%, which means this move is super rewarding when hit. Unfortunately, not doing 45% like it used to in the E3 build, but I'm kidding, I'm glad that changed. Mega Man's whole moveset leans into a mid-range projectile-defined character that's good at stopping approaches and making characters try to mess up. His negatives though, as I mentioned earlier, Mega Man has trouble dealing with characters who have reflectors that can absorb his projectiles like Rosalina or Villager, or reflect them like Fox or Falco. His more committal KO tools have a significant amount of end lag, leading to him being hit while he's in cooldown. That's a really bad problem to have. Some would say he struggles to approach characters who stay out of his range and wait for him to mess up, because his approach options can be somewhat limited to only his projectiles. Any character in Smash is going to have positives and negatives, except if you're Brawl Meta Knight. For Mega Man, his more committal moves have plenty of end lag and his tools can be used against him, and this can definitely hold Mega Man back. Throughout Smash 4, he was actually buffed throughout the game's updates. Leaf Shield acted out faster in later updates and it reduced the ending lag on the move, making it more consistent. Although they did remove a bug where Rush Coil could cancel hit stun. Mega Man was Steve back in the day, oh my god. Throughout Smash 4's competitive scene, Mega Man was actually underutilized. It took people a while to truly warm up to the character. And to be real, his playstyle was really unique and was very projectile defined for sure, as most people thought he was just a simple mid-tier character though at the end of the day, which is kind of funny looking back. Although the overall reception of the character was mixed, I don't blame anybody back then because Mega Man actually was a character with lots of depth. Many people just didn't know the potential of Mega Man early on, as he truly would show his worth later on in the meta as it developed. And it wasn't until DLC came around where Mega Man was truly actually found his shine. For example, Mega Man would place 2nd place at EVO 2016. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the hugest fan of Smash 4 in general, but the fact Mega Man got 2nd place at an EVO tournament was just insane, and I was watching it. Even though I wasn't the hugest fan of Smash 4 as a game, I thought this was so incredible for Mega Man to come out of nowhere like this. It showed that Mega Man was actually a good character in the right hands, and people began to treat the character more seriously, as he would be ranked at 15th place on Smash 4's 2nd tier list, making him into a high tier for the first time, having one of the hugest rises. compared to any other character on the tier list prior. As the years went by, Mega Man would have slight drops in Smash 4's meta as characters like Marth and Mewtwo would rise after being buffed significantly, and around that period, Mega Man would drop to 27th place on Smash 4's final tier list. Mainly being because the character was not seen as highly as the character was in 2016. Some people think Mega Man was overhyped, some people think the exact opposite, and he still had more room to grow and had a lot more potential. The one thing I want to save to the end is Mega Man has a lot of crazy tech. He's arguably one of the most technical characters in the game. He's a zoner while having some of the weirdest things that a character could do, but in a good way, of course. In fact, a lot of these things wouldn't get figured out until the later years of Smash 4's meta. And it was kind of why people thought he was a mid-tier at first until he developed. I brought up the Metal Blades earlier, how I wanted to save something a little bit later, and that was intentional. You might be thinking, gee, the Metal Blades are such a basic projectile, I wonder what could possibly happen if you threw them at the ground. You just unlocked another layer of Mega Man's moveset. When you throw a Metal Blade to the ground, you can actually pick it back up as an item. Now, the reason why you would do this and why this is so interesting is this is truly what made the Metal Blades so good, as they were stronger as an item than as a projectile in Smash 4. You can Z-drop them and it opens up another layer in Mega Man's kit. It's actually faster than the regular version of the Metal Blade. It expanded Mega Man's kit and the potential of where the character could go. If you got good at Z-dropping conversions, it really went a long way for his character. But the better you get with Mega Man, the more integral these tools became to his kit. It truly is like getting another layer of the character. In fact, a lot of these tools have insane amounts of depth, like Crash Bomb has the potential of helping Mega Man edge guard or return back on stage. His jab is great at building damage and controlling space, and at higher levels, this tool becomes another option for Mega Man to lock opponents into combo conversions and confirm off of it. It might not look like a good tool on paper, but it can be really helpful at building percent and starting combos. And you may notice that Mega Man, essentially, his playstyle is designed to be what Mega Man's actual gameplay is in the Mega Man games. Literally just jump and shoot is integral to his kit in Smash. And they adapted it so perfectly to whatever option you've put in front of Mega Man, he just has to adapt. I gotta give Sakurai a pointer for literally designing Mega Man perfectly in this way. They imported what made him so good in his own games and they put it into Smash. You love to see it, honestly. The tools aren't really strong on their own all the time, but they are strongest when they're used in tandem with each other. And that's when Mega Man as a character can be dangerous. In Smash Ultimate, Mega Man was changed significantly from Smash 4 to Smash Ultimate. The Smash 4 version was known for item setups and Z-dropping. However, the character was actually changed in Smash Ultimate. A lot of his moves got increased end lag, like his forward smash more specifically. Both versions of Mega Man's Buster Shot and Crash Bomb were changed into combo tools for Mega Man because they deal less knockback. And some people might think Crash Bomber having less knockback would actually make this move worse. It made it have a stronger combo utility. However, the obvious push-pull of this is Crash Bomber has less KO potential, but honestly, I would say it's a fair trade. Down Special was given plenty of buffs in its activation speed, meaning it deals more damage, and who would have thought its startup was dropped significantly, which is probably one of the best buffs that this move got, going from frame 50 to frame 9. And its end lag going from frame 54 to frame 36. This move got absolutely incredible buffs. The move even deals more knockback, leading to it having more combo potential to pop up opponents. But like any move that's given plenty of buffs, there were some nerfs too. It lost its ability to shield and grab and hang off ledges, so that means one of the best aspects of the move in Smash 4 was sort of stripped away. And when the shield is thrown, there's slightly more end lag when the move travels, and it also has less distance as well, which it makes it easier for Mega Man to be punished, which is a little bit sad. Rush Coil received a huge buff. The move no longer has 30 frames of landing lag, so Mega Man isn't going to be punished as easily when landing on stage with this move, and it makes Mega Man feel much more fast-paced. Also, the fact that any character can do directional air dodges in this game means Mega Man gets another option out of Rush Coil, which helps his recovery a lot. Metal Blade, one of Mega Man's more well-known projectiles in Smash, As it was a premier tool in Z-dropping in Smash 4, they must have known how iconic the move was previously. They made it deal less shield damage, so it lost its potent shield potential that it had previously, and its damage output was reversed. Meaning when Metal Blade is Z-dropped, it deals less damage than when the move is just thrown out normally, which is literally the inverse of the Smash 4 version. And surprise, surprise, Mega Man makes a little face now if a Metal Blade doesn't spawn. That's kind of cool. Details, baby. Fleur got a end lag buff going from 19 frames to 11, and its angle was tweaked to improve its combo potential, which I love this change a lot because it really gave this move way more utility as its knockback was significantly increased. In Smash 4, it couldn't KO at 200%, and now it's able to KO consistently below this percentage in Smash Ultimate. This is nothing short of a glow up. This move didn't even get any nerfs. Back air was slightly tweaked as it now can launch grounded opponents vertically. The tiny nerf it received was more end lag. Smash Ultimate's air dodge changes also inversely buffed up air, as you now couldn't spam air dodge to try to escape out of this move, as air dodging is a more risky tool in Smash Ultimate's engine and can only be used once. However, it did get slightly more landing lag and it can't be auto-cancelled in a full hop. Down air received less landing lag, going from 24 to 14 frames, and this move covers significantly more distance. Moves like dash attack got damage buffs and a hitbox change. This helps its combo ability. Up tilt was indirectly buffed in Smash Ultimate's more fast-paced engine, as you can actually use any grounded attack out of run in Smash Ultimate, making this move easier to hit. Grab was given slightly more range on even this version of grab, however it traded its range for more end lag, and dash and pivot grab having more startup. Pummel was buffed out of all things, having more hit lag and less startup. The speed of his throws are no longer dependent on weight, which slightly changes the utility of down throw on lightweights and heavyweights. His smash attacks were significantly buffed. Again, forward smash enjoyed much less end lag and more range. Up smash's final hit has increased knockback, along with another hitbox on this move. Down smash has much more knockback as well, making it a better KO tool in this game, which it was already strong before and it's even stronger now. The sweet spots were made larger and placed lower, so it's harder to escape out of this move. Mega Man's run was made faster. Obviously, he now has a 3-frame jump squat, as every character was given this in Smash Ultimate, which is actually a frame less than his Smash 4 jump squat. Not only all these good things, but Mega Man's walk, airspeed, and traction were all increased, which makes Mega Man feel a little bit more speedier than he did previously in Smash 4. However, they clearly made some attempts to nerf his more notable aspects of the Smash 4 version of the character. Footstool conversions were made less potent, so they are toned down in Smash Ultimate's engine. And this does kind of nerf some of Mega Man's punish options. When Mega Man transitioned to Smash Ultimate, he actually did surprisingly well. Many Mega Man mains who actually played the character previously still continued playing him in Smash Ultimate, as the character was very similar to the previous iteration, as he was just a hair from being a top tier character. Mega Man was sprinkled with buffs and nerfs throughout Smash Ultimate's development cycle. In Update 2.0.0, it made it so Mega Man could no longer use his special moves when jumping and using his neutral attack and forward tilt. In Update 3.0.0, they made his neutral attack, forward tilt, neutral air, and Metal Blade deal less shield damage. They would slightly buff dash attack by giving it less startup, and down smash more range. Crash Bomber would deal more damage. I find it ironic that they love tweaking his projectiles in item game. His strong zoning tools were always hit with the buff or the nerf hammer. However, more recently, Mega Man has had some struggles in the meta at maintaining its placement, especially during the online era where Mega Man would have to compete in a more different environment for sure. Just being real, it's going to be harder for a character like Mega Man, who is item defined and a technical zoner, to compete in Nintendo's lackluster online that's notably laggy. So Mega Man's hype has died down in the more recent years. He is still a solid character, ending up as a high tier in Smash Ultimate's first ever tier list. Mega Man is a premier example of a zoner done correctly in Smash. He actually has an array of tools that are equal in their amounts of utility. He's technically a heavyweight character in both Smash games he's appeared in, and literally is right next to Ryu and Ken, who are Also, 2 other Capcom characters in this game, which I find kind of funny how they're all right there. He has high gravity, low traction, which means for a heavier character, he actually has some solid mobility. He truly does get more rewarding the more time you put into him, and he has a crazy item gain potential. The worst version of Mega Man out of the 2 is actually Smash 4 Mega Man. However, just because he's technically the worst version of Mega Man, it doesn't mean he's bad whatsoever. The character was underappreciated for a very long time in Smash 4's meta. If Mega Man maintained his 2016 success, it could easily be the best version of the character. However, Mega Man mellowed out in the later years as people began to think he was overhyped, and he started placing lower at tournaments. Kind of makes sense because the DLC characters also became a big part of the game's late game meta especially. Being ranked 27th out of 54 characters, Smash Ultimate Mega Man would lose a lot of his iconic tools that he was known for in Smash 4, like Metal Blades being toned down, Leaf Shield getting plenty of nerfs, the engine changes starting to work against some of Mega Man's more well-known Smash 4 tools, for example, the Takata footstool. They balanced him out correctly, giving Mega Man's moveset more consistent tools when it comes to comboing and KOing. So sure, his projectile game is weaker, but the rest of his moveset was given plenty of buffs. To be real, both of these versions of the character are good viability-wise, so if you're a fan of Mega Man and Smash, you should be happy. Thank you guys for watching the video. There's a Patreon down below if you guys want to see early honest content videos. To any Patreon supporter, seriously, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Also, like I mentioned earlier, my album Sapphire is on Spotify right now. Thank you so much, seriously. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all of you. You guys are great. Have a good one. Peace.